right. So we have a birthday girl who is our camera person. She's doing a really good job. I really appreciate it. So we're going to teach Mellow to stay away from the door when guests arrive. Because normally Mellow barks and growls and charges the door. Now, one of the things that happens when people come to our door and our dog is barking is we rush to the door really fast ourselves. That tells the dog that we're uncomfortable, and so the dog will bark even more at the person. So what's going to happen in a minute, and we're going to do it like this, is our neighbor is going to come by and help us out by playing the part of the guest. I'm going to go over and claim the area around the door, and using the escalating consequences I went over with the clients earlier, we're going to use those to move the dog away from the door and claim the door before I invite the guest to come in. Now, once I invite the guest in, the dog is not going to be allowed to cross this line, imaginary line that's going here. Normally, we don't have this table here, but we're about to have a celebration of somebody who's turning 27 years old today. I'm just kidding. She's turning 7. And so we're going to keep the dog away from the door. Now, because security is handled by the top dog or the senior dog, removing or demoting the dog from this position will help relieve a lot of stress and pressure because the dog's no longer in charge of security. So at this point, I'm kind of stretching to, there we go. All right, here he comes. So now, there we go. So just stay right there. Okay, can you knock a little bit? Don't come in yet. So already this is probably less barking than you normally have, right? So now I move the dog away just by taking space. Now my authority is going this direction, whatever direction my hips and shoulders go. So if you go to answer the door and you turn like this, the dog will typically come to the door. He's staying back now. So what I typically do when I go to the door, now this would normally be closed, we have triggers. The sound of this precedes the door opening. So when the door is closed, what I would do is I would jiggle the deadbolt first. See how his ears are moving? And then I would jiggle this one. Then I would, just one sec, I would open it just an inch. Then I would open it behind me, keeping my hips pointed this way. Then I take a step backwards. Now I understand this isn't reasonable for a regular guest, so maybe your neighbor can help you. So I jiggle this door. And I'm going to open it, and I'm going to invite the guest to come on in. I'm going to stay in front of the guest. So again, the line is right here. Now when I want to turn and face my guest, I'm going to try to keep myself sideways, so at least some of my authority is going here. Now he's barking, but he's doing it from a much greater distance. Normally he would be right here barking at you, correct?
Yes.
So this way, if you have a guest that comes in who's not a dog person, we don't have to worry about them interacting because the dog is far away. Now the dog can interact once the guest crosses this threshold, but only with appropriate behavior. What does the dog normally do when you come in?
Barks, just comes up towards me.
Does it jump up on you or just barks at you? All right, so I'm going to invite him to come on in because I'm controlling the situation. We have a little rumbling from the dog, but not a lot of, not the full-born bark, bark, bark for a half an hour like Mom was telling me earlier. So we have a much different scenario. So what we're going to do now is we can also incorporate a little counter conditioning. So we want to create a positive association. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you, you're going to kind of do a U-turn, and once you get to about the halfway point of that table, I want you to drop one step past it, drop one treat, then take one step, drop one treat, and then come back there and drop one treat. Okay. So you're not going to offer the dog, you're just going to walk, just do a circle and drop it right after you get to the halfway point there. Just drop it on the floor. There you go, turn, and now drop another one, and another one, and then let's go back over here. So, he got it, did he eat the one? There we go. So now, after a while, he's going to associate. When this guy comes over, treats literally fall from the sky. I like this guy. Can we get him to come over more often?
We could try.
So this is a way of creating a pot. Now he looks at him as a violator because he doesn't live here. And so he's like, I'm barking at you saying you shouldn't be here. But if there's treats, now this one is a little too close to us, which is why I haven't taken it. But this will help him create a positive association with visitors. And because you're controlling the greeting, that responsibility is now off his shoulders, less stress for the dog. Look at that. Now let's look at your dog. Turn the camera towards your dog. Normally, when you're in here, this never happens, right?
No.
And he's nice and relaxed. He's still aware of it, but he's relaxed. Now you saw he got startled, and so he's ready to get up, but he's not barking or growling and staring. This is a really good, you feel good?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Laying down is a huge signifier. Laying down puts the dog at a disadvantage. So if somebody comes in, your dog lays down, that's one of your dog's ways of saying, I feel comfortable. All right, so that's basically how we're going to claim the doorway and help Mellow be mellow when guests arrive.